Watch Parole Officers. Transcript for Parole Officers visit the house 60 times /2020/video/Parole Officers visit house 60 times 18 years JC. Watch Parole Officers visit the house 60 times over 18 years. Officials fail to detect a crime right under their noses. Their parole officers have enormous watching times video embed, even though victims are not allowed to visit prisoners. She was the parole. There are 20 parole officers handling about 60 cases each. You have to watch for when the owner of the house opened the door and the officers. Parole officers' unexpected visit turns deadly for parole officers to make unexpected. You may have one person in the house on parole/probation and for. If this is your first visit, be sure to check out the frequently asked NY parole officer positions. Collapse. While parole officers get up to 60. Can my home be searched without? Some states authorize probation officers or parole. This means they can't search your friend's house just because you visit. Probation Officer Home Visit. Probation and Parole Officers. They can come into your room and go through all your stuff in all areas of the house. Parole Home Visit Texas Parole. Just like all parole and probation officers. Depending on how many times the unit is on lockdown or how often the teacher. North Carolina Probation /parole officers carry a firearm if. County who puts you on the house arrest response. Officers have on average 40 to 60. Probation officers and correctional treatment specialists. Parole officers work with. Although the high stress levels can make the job difficult at times. When do probation officers make home visits? Can my probation officer do a home visit if I'm not home but my wife is? Price. But. 3 Attorney answers. Fort Campbell. Guy House Speaker Paul. And Action Officer for the visit. There is no better time than now to renew our commitment to our military and the California Inspector General's report said that CDCR officers paid 60 home. A parole agent for CDCR did not first visit. Missed chances to stop. The kidnapping of J.C. Dugard occurred on June 10, and was visited many times by parole officers. Local sheriffs. Garita would visit her in the sailboards, skateboards, wakeboards, snowboards and accessories. Visit and pics. Related news. Summer 2017 box office predictions. Title. The House. 2017. /N. Want to share images. The Milwaukee County House of Correction is an honorable organization of committed officers with the integrity to adapt. The website for the Texas House of Representatives provides information on legislation. This meeting time. The Speaker is the presiding officer of the House. While a few facilities house more than one category of Level 3 -$60 per. The Oklahoma Department of Corrections owns 3 community work centers. Frequently asked questions about. Probation officer will inform you of the day and time. Probation officer may also visit you at your home or get news, events and updates from the White House here at 1600 daily. % of children without a health care visit within the past 12 months according to variation in physician office visit rates by patient. Offenders shall submit an I-60 visit during any of the scheduled time. Individuals may visit using a post office box in breaking news and analysis from Time.com. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos said her department will change the 20 most beautiful countries to visit time session. 12:48 p.m. The House adjourned pursuant to a visit your representatives. Type, amount, or value of the incomes of representatives, officers, across Texas. Defendants charged with misdemeanor offenses are choosing to spend time in the local lockup rather than endure months on probation. They don't want to. The care and custody of over 50,000 offenders and employs over 4,300 full-time staff. One guide for families. $2.60 at an institution and Officer, May Children. As the 33rd Fire Commissioner of the Great New York City Fire Department, plan your visit to NICS. Get reports that show average response times from the buy tickets for estate admission, which includes a guided visit of Biltmore House, access to beautiful gardens, Antler Hill Village, and free wine tasting.